So Burnley 3, Millwall 1. Obviously, the day didn't end how we wanted it to, with obviously not winning the title and Leeds scoring absolute worldie in 92nd minute. But let's be honest, me as a fan was happy whatever happened today. I kind of wanted the clean sheet record, just then it's another record broken. But it's been an incredible season, so we can't really complain. So yeah, it's disappointing to miss out, but for me, I wasn't expecting anything. I mean, it gets like, but when you get in the game and you do this thing of, oh well, Leeds 1-0 down, we're drawing 1-1, we're currently winning the league, then we go 2-1 up, 3-1 up, and you think, right, it's done now. Look at the Leeds score, it's drawing, but we didn't know how long added time was because fourth official just didn't fancy putting anything up, and for some reason it was like the Leeds game wasn't showing how long we were going to be left, so we didn't know. And then it was like one big balloon just got pulled out of the turf, like got popped, because everyone saw Leeds scored and oh right, in like one big like collective. But as I said, I'm not disappointed. I'm disappointed we didn't win it, but I'm not like we didn't. So I went into the game with no expectations really, not expecting us to win the league. So the fact we got probably about a minute away from doing it. Obviously, I would have preferred if Leeds had just gone 3-0 at half time so we could get on with it. Yeah, we're not winning the league, but fair play to Leeds. They fell apart and somehow pulled it back. But the fact when we played Leeds at the turf, it shouldn't have been they were like 11 points clear or something. And the fact we got on level points with them coming into the season is incredible. It's incredible what Parker's done, especially the second half of the season. So yeah, it's a season you can't be disappointed with. 100 points. It's probably one of the highest second team like point record or something. It's got to be up there with like the Liverpool 18-19 where they missed out like a point, but we still got like 98 or something stupid. But the whole day kind of felt like the players were up for it. Yeah, the players wanted to go and win the league, but obviously it came to a thing where results weren't down. Like we did our job, but it was if like we kind of struggled to get it done. That was a problem. And I think Fleming, not having Fleming was a bit of a miss. I'm not saying Barnes played bad. I thought he did his job really well every time, dropping in, playing that ball over to Edwards, and it worked. It was unfortunate Edwards just weren't on the ball today. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing. So yeah, it could have worked better, but it's like we missed Fleming, obviously, but now we've signed him permanently. But Barnes did a job, and you look at the others like Hannibal, incredible again. Honestly, I've said it a few times. I don't know if I've said it on these fan reactions or not, but Hannibal won't have his best game in terms of footballing ability, but his energy is something we always need on the pitch. Whenever he's come off, he's struggled and stuff like that. It's we just can't get up to pace, and it's like it caused their midfield absolute havoc because he was just constantly pressing. I've got to say as well, Anthony, he had their right back an absolute toast all day. Every time this defender was diving in, and it just weren't. I mean, I was flicking it past him like it was nothing. Anthony is a very good player, in my opinion. I think he's great. I'm glad we signed him, but I said we've got Matt Chester back now, so he'll probably be starting. But yeah, I feel like it was a very good day. I feel it was a bit of a shock to the system when we went 1-0 up. No, 1-0 down, sorry, just because when does that ever happen? It was a well-worked goal, which was offside, by the way. And it was like we did just fall asleep. We all kind of turned it like, oh, wait, he's at back post and he's tapped it in. And then obviously we get quite lucky because it's the same situation again. They've gone to byline, played across, and then remarkably, it's hit the post from like a yard. I think it was harder to hit the post than it was to miss, which it's like elite. I had it in my head of you can puts it wide, you can see that, like, you can say, oh, I missed time he run, and it just clicked off it, but he timed his run perfectly and just like, volleyed it into the post. I don't know how he did it, but it felt like the whole team did really want to do it yesterday. It wasn't one of them where, oh, well, we're worried about Leeds. It was just, right, we need to just do our job. We'll go, I'd like make it a good day and whatever, and then go from there. But you could tell this is a squad that is really getting ready for the Premier League next season. Obviously, we know we need additions, and we know players might not stay and all that. Like, but there's different factors that come into it. But for me, if we keep the core of the team together, for example, obviously your Brownhills, your Ian Rileys, and obviously Trafford is a big part of that as well. I feel like a few additions we might do all right. I'm not saying we'll do perfect, but I think we'll put up a bigger fight than we did under Company, just because we've still got the core type thing. So yeah, I do think you could tell yesterday it's a party atmosphere. The players were clearly up for it, get a win, so we can, I imagine, go on the lash. But so yeah, it was. Obviously, we've had our points this season. For example, when we drew so many games, and it looked quite bleak. We weren't scoring goals, but we were keeping clean sheets, and you were like, well, that's not going to get us anywhere of a time anyway. So it's one of them of what the squad has done remarkable, because a lot of teams will go on these draws and then they'll like go on a run where what happened with the draws, and they'll slump them for the rest of the season. And it's fair play to Parker, his staff, and like the squad to just get up for them games and go and get it done. And I think the other teams in the league forget that the night before Sunderland away, we had half our squad that actually I'm not going to play, I'm off. Obviously, look at Benson, he apparently did it, he's still here, not players like, but we've got like a right back at right wing and all that, like and we had to put McNally, up front just to fill numbers really. I mean, obviously the derby afterwards, like you looked at that team before Blackburn game, and you didn't recognise any of the squad. Like you had your Roberts and Brownhill. That was kind of it really, because it was a whole new squad. And as I say, obviously lost to Sunderland, who we've seen this season are a very good side for obviously in the playoffs. And then Blackburn, obviously derby game. If the players aren't up for that, it could have been a completely different season. Honestly, for me, if we, for example, lost against Blackburn, but it could have been a completely different season for me. So I feel like the factors that Parker and the squad have to deal with, the fact we've got 200 points is incredible. So yeah, it's been a class season overall, realistically, back in the Premier League, and it was great to top it off with I'd say a fairly decent one against Millwall. I wouldn't say dominating, but we had the chances. So yeah, been a class season, and on to the Premier League we go.